Monroe County Sheriff's Office, come up with your hands up.
Sheriff's Office, let me see your hands.
Let me see your hands.
All right, go ahead, Mel and Patrick. Come on out. Anybody else in the van?
Hands up.
Come on out. Come out driver's side. Sir, just drop whatever you're doing. Come out. Come out.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Don't reach around. Don't reach around. Just let me see your hands.
Come out of the van.
Okay.
Go back towards the back of your van. Anybody else in the van?
No.
Any weapons?
Get a handcuff.
No.
Get in. Get right here.
What's going on?
Sir, right there. There we go.
Put your hands around your back.
Wait, watch this. Look at this. Right here. What do you see? What do you see? Isn't that the piece? There's some branches. And he's gonna bend the back. Yeah. This is our murder suspect. Oh, yeah.
I've been described a few different ways since I died. Naked, unidentified, already beginning to stiffen. Those are the words the officers used when they found me, and I don't blame them for it. That's what I was by then. That's what the afternoon had made me. But I want to tell you something before we go any further. I had children. I talked about them constantly, apparently even to people who didn't know them. I used to be a therapist. I knew better. About a lot of things I said that out loud, more than once. I had a good heart. My employer said so. She meant it. I don't know why I'm telling you that first. Maybe because the rest of this is going to make it hard to remember.
The victim is still unidentified, and we're taking a shot in the dark. Maybe you've seen her.
Everybody's seen him around, but nobody really knows him, as far as I know.
Yeah.
When I found out Michelle was dead, dog, and you gonna ask my boss man, it killed me.
It was around 2 in the afternoon when a fisherman noticed the smell. He stepped closer. Then he called 911. And that's when everything started moving. I want to take you through what happened. Not just what they found, but everything that led them there. The van, the tire tracks, the cigarette outside the interrogation room. The moment the detective put his hand on a killer's shoulder and the killer said he liked it. It took them less than 30 hours from the time they found me to close the case. 30 hours. After 40 years of nobody stopping him. I stayed in his van. I want you to understand why that detail matters before the story is over. The current near that bridge is strong. There's a history of drownings there. When they first arrived, some of them were still hoping. Then they rolled me over. Strangulation marks on my neck. Blood at the back of my head. Drag abrasions along my shoulders.
Where's she at? $5112, rigor set in. Jesus Christ.
We'll move her a little bit, and then Edie, if you want to take your pictures as we're rolling so that if there's anything that falls or moves, because what I'm looking at is this stick right here.
Okay. Need a hand?
It looks like she was dragged by this hand.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, did you see that?
Look at her around the neck.
Right around the neck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at the side of her head.
Yep.
What do you see?
You got blood, you got scrapes all over the back.
Alright, I'm calling,
Call Doc.
Someone had moved me from somewhere else and left me there. They could tell I hadn't been there long. A few hours, maybe. They evacuated the area. They called the detective. I still remember I started my captain, trying to figure out what's going on. She said, yeah, it's a naked female. And the minute she said that, I was like, well, this isn't going to be a natural death. Detective Matt Pitcher had been a cop for a long time. He had worked with the mob. He had infiltrated a domestic terror group. He had been interrogated for 8 hours by people who wanted to kill him. But he would later say this case was the worst thing he ever saw. He was already on his way.
Anybody recognize her? You know who she is?
Nope. Doesn't appear to be a homeless because she's well kept. She's groomed. I just don't see the clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's too something there.
I do not have good luck at Thanksgiving time. It just never seemed to work out for me. And so even coming into this, everybody was kind of joking, oh, be prepared for that call. And so I got the call, and then it's kind of evaluating, well, you know, you put out a little bit of hope that, well, maybe it was just a natural death. And I still remember I was talking to my captain, trying to figure out what was going on. She said, yeah, it's a naked female. And the minute she said that, I was like, well, this isn't going to be a natural death. Everyone. Detective Matt Pitcher and Detective Rosa DiGiovanni. This is US 1 headed up that way. Entrance into this little gravel area from US 1 is down there. If you pan down here, at the start of what looks to be a Red Bull can, there are tire tracks leading back, as well as tire tracks on this side. And you have a broken branch that's touching the ground. Pulled hair right here. And if you come up at about 10 o'clock into a wooded area, about 10 meters away, the female victim, 2 to 3 feet in front of that is another small chunk of hair. It looks like there is some bleeding in the area of the easiest way to come back would be along there. Suspecting that that's where the suspect went back, we're going to go around another way, preserve evidence.
He walked the same path the van had taken. You could read it if you knew how. Fresh tire marks going into the brush. A small tree with a limb freshly snapped, the kind where the wood hadn't dried yet. And then, on the ground beneath it, something that should not have been there. There was a little tree, and it kind of had, you know how you can tell when something's freshly broken, and then sure enough, what looked to be car parts broken off right underneath it. And that's kind of one of those like, could this be the suspect vehicle? He didn't know it yet, but that piece of plastic was what was going to bring everything down. He photographed it. He had it bagged. Then he left the scene and started hitting every bar on US 1.
So, you know, there were a bunch of like small trees, that kind of thing. You have this dirt road, but then as I'm walking along the path, that's the first thing that struck me was, so there was a little tree, and it kind of had, you know how you can tell when something's freshly broken, right? The limb hasn't died or anything like that when you're talking about a tree, and it was just kind of hanging there. And so that got me looking at it, and then sure enough, what looked to be car parts broken off right underneath it, like sitting on the ground right there. And that's kind of one of those ones like, could this be, you know, the suspect vehicle? Yeah, I'm kind of going through things. And basically my thought then, especially keep in mind, like I said earlier, this is right coming into Thanksgiving, right? Everything is about to get slammed where we live. This is a huge tourist spot. So I was concerned that, okay, you know, we could lose video evidence that might be in the area. Talked to my captain, and I showed the captain too, the car part and all that. And I said, all right, I'm leaving the scene, and I'm about to start hitting every business, starting with the bars in the area, and at least get them marked so that they don't get rid of evidence on us.
He was thinking about the surveillance cameras. Thanksgiving was coming. Tourists were going to pack every business on the island. Video footage gets overwritten. He was moving fast. At the same time, other officers took my photograph to local businesses. They were trying to find out who I was. No one wants to look at a photograph like that. But the bartenders looked. The first bartender didn't know my name, but she knew my face. She had seen me multiple times. That meant I was local, or close to it. The second bartender remembered something else. She had seen me working at a restaurant down the road, the Sunset Grill.
Hey, sir, you on Detective Brady? This is Detective Bunce. We're doing we're part of the homicide investigations going on. I don't know if you've heard what's going on in Marathon. Yeah. And we don't know whether the victim is still unidentified, and we're taking a shot in the dark, and maybe if she might have been a patron here. So if it's a graphic photo, but we're going to ask if maybe you've seen her or a couple bartenders.
I'll take a look.
So
I've been here the last few nights.
Okay.
Since Wednesday, so.
Okay.
There's a picture. I haven't seen anybody like that, no.
Okay, do you think you're maybe a bartender or so would...
They probably wouldn't want to, knowing they're a bit on the skittish side.
How you doing, Chris?
Hey, how are you?
We're gonna...
I just got your phone number.
917.
And are you willing to look at the photo of the victim and see if you might know her, or it's pretty... It's up to you.
Yeah,
okay. All right. There's this lady here. You might be able to recognize her.
Yes.
Okay, do you know her name?
Oh.
Or perhaps does she drive a car? Does she live anything where we could try and track down? We don't know who she is, so it's very important. We're trying to find out who she is.
I can't think of it.
Okay. But for sure.
Yes, I know exactly who she is.
Okay.
Definitely.
She had a family, she had children, and an ex-husband. She always talked about going back. I don't know how old they were. She always talked about them. She gave them my name, Michelle, 51 years old, from Janesville, Wisconsin. When they checked for a missing persons report, they didn't find one. My family didn't know I was gone yet. Officers called them. My family in Wisconsin. They all described me the same way. Kind, good heart. After I moved to Florida, I'd lost contact with them. They said that too.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
Detective Rosa DiGiovanni. The reason that I'm asking is, has she ever worked for you?
Oh, she looks familiar. Yes.
She did?
Yes. And I tried to help her. I know.
What do you mean you tried to help her?
Well, when she first moved here, she worked for us, and
you know when that was, more or less?
I have all the dates at
that
my
would be
house.
great.
And I feel so bad about what happened to her because she told me, she was from, is it Wisconsin or Wisconsin? I have all her info where she was from, I think. And she had a family. I knew she had children. And an ex-husband, she didn't have custody of her children. But she told me she used to be like a therapist too. And she goes, I know better. I shouldn't be taking these pills and stuff. And I said, well, you need to get straightened up because I'm going to have to let you go. But she did talk always. I don't know her children. I never met her, but she always talked about them. I don't know how old they were. She always talked about going back. I know our children must be devastated. If you talk to her kids or anything, just tell them that, she was a wonder. She had a good heart. She did.
That's basically what we're trying to get for her kids,
She did. And I always thought that too. I thought, God, I wish her kids knew that I really liked
That time the captain says, all right, I'm going to send a picture of this car part to a buddy of mine who's in narcotics. He is extremely good with cars. She literally sends him this little bit of what turned out to be a bit of a fender. He comes back. First thing, he sends a text. All right, it's going to be from a van, full-size van like this. Within 15 minutes of that, he sends a picture and says it's going to be this type of van. That picture he sent actually ended up to even be the exact same color, everything as the van as a suspect van, like to the T. But in my mind, I'm thinking, number one, 50% chance it's actually going to be the suspect vehicle. Being able to match that to the vehicle, probably not going to happen.
Pitcher had taken the piece of bumper and sent a photograph to a narcotics detective his captain knew, a man who was extremely good with cars. Within 15 minutes, the detective came back. He sent a picture. It's going to be this type of van. That picture he sent actually ended up to be the exact same color, everything, as the suspect van, like to the T. So they had a description. They had a fragment of trim. They had 6 hours of footage from every camera on US 1. And then, after all of it, 6 hours in, one of the officers said, I found him. He's right here. The plates came back to Stephen Matthew Wolfe, 58 years old. A history. They found out about the murder in Idaho, 1st 1976. He was 15. He and 3 others killed a 78-year-old man named Enrico Flori during a robbery. He served 15 years. The year after his conviction, he escaped from the county jail. He soared through a cell bar on the 4th floor and climbed down using bed sheets. They got him back after 6 days.
I don't know how to download it from this system, but he's fixing to go past here in just a minute.
Need anything else from us?
No, bro. I'm just going to find this vehicle and then try to clip this. I found him. He's right here.
Office Max is a ripoff.
Right there. He's gonna go by, I'm sure. There he goes, right there. Yep, 1207. He will let you, yeah. That's the van right there.
There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
All right, 1240. He had to stop somewhere.
12:39.
What we get from Alfredo's?
Alfredo's was 12:08:23. So that's 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
You had to stop somewhere quick.
4 minutes, 17 seconds. Get
I wasn't sitting in traffic for 4 minutes. That's a big.
So where can he stop between Fredo's? Huh?
Trade ones.
Trade ones.
Or if he came in here.
Obviously, the one thing, I can't remember if it was a juvenile record that was sealed and they had to go a little bit further to find it out or whether they grabbed it, but he had a murder at a young age. So immediately I have someone getting on the phone for me and contacting that police department. Let's get details on this and fast. And it was this 90-year-old man that he and a couple of his friends robbed, and he decided to kill him. So the minute you find stuff like that out, you're like, all right, you're building those building blocks, right? You're like, okay, we're on the right path here. This is most likely our guy. When the captain and lieutenant were going out to scout in this parking lot, you're doing a lot of this just hoping and, looking for that needle in a haystack, but most likely, the person's going to bounce pretty quickly and get out of town. So while you're hoping, it's not great. And she's driving, keep in mind, on the opposite side of the road. So she had to see it from a long ways away. And according to my captain and lieutenant said a prayer. And the minute she stopped the prayer, looked off to her left where there is a Kmart and a McDonald's, and sitting just right by the McDonald's was the van. And she starts yelling, there's the van, there's the van. Of course, they almost wrecked the car. But they get into a parking lot, sit tight for a second. I get over there, make contact, and go from there.
Pitcher's words, not mine. They were building blocks, and they were on the right path. By midnight, the van had not reappeared on any camera. That meant it was still somewhere in that cluster, the fast food lots, the big box parking areas around Kmart Plaza on US 1. They went out to look. My captain lieutenant said a prayer, and the minute she stopped the prayer, looked off to her left where there's a Kmart and a McDonald's. And sitting just right by the McDonald's was the van. And she starts yelling, there's the van, there's the van. They almost wrecked the car.
Do we want me to give him verbal commands? Yeah, his window's down. Okay, Caleb, go. You gonna get this out of him?
I got it.
Monroe County Sheriff's Office.
There's someone in the back.
Monroe County Sheriff's Office, come up with your hands up.
Sheriff's Office, let me see your hands.
Let me see your hands.
All right, go ahead, man. Patrick, come on out. Anybody else in the van with
Hands
you?
up.
Come on out. Come out driver's side. Here, just drop whatever you're doing. Come out. Come out.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Don't reach around. Don't reach around. Just let me see your hands.
Come out of the van. Okay. Go back towards the back of your van. Anybody else in the van? No. Any weapons?
Get a handcuff.
No.
Get in. Get right here.
What's going on? Sir, right there. There we go.
Put your hands around your back.
There's nobody in there.
What's your last name?
Wolf?
Wolf?
Yeah.
Stephen Wolf.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
got my
birthday?
key, 92460.
92460?
Yeah,
Is
1960.
this vehicle registered to you?
Yes.
Oh, come here. Wait, watch this. Look at this. Right here. What do you see? What do you see? Isn't that the piece? There's some branches. And he's gonna bend the back. Yeah. This is our murder suspect. Oh, yeah.
What's that? What's that smell?
This is him.
Okay.
It's him.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yep.
Bomb's clear.
When they were going through the van, I believe there was blood in there that they have yet to identify, for one thing. There was, unfortunately, underwear in the van that appeared to be used. There was other women's underwear in there. So I 100% think that there are bodies out there attached to him that either haven't been found or gone. There's all these, little details that too many to overlook.
They surrounded it from every direction. They had no idea if he was awake. They had no idea what was inside. When he came out, he was calm, almost unusually so. His name, his year of birth, his license plate. He answered everything without hesitation. Then one of the officers opened the back of the van and said, "What's that smell?" When they were going through the van, I believe there was blood in there. There was unfortunately underwear in the van that appeared to be used. There was other women's underwear in there. Too many details, too many to overlook. They transported him to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office for questioning. Pitcher was already thinking about the jury. Pitcher's rule about interrogations. Never walk in talking about the crime. Find out who they are first. Get comfortable. Let them feel safe. He asked Stephen about his day.
The way I interview, like, I'll brag for a second. I think I can interview pretty much better than anybody. And I think I have a track record to prove it. I believe your interview, the most crucial part of the interview are the first minute to 3 minutes. I never, ever walk into an interview room and start talking about that night, anything even remotely close to the crime at hand. I usually try to find out what they're into. All right, Steven.
Is he under arrest? I'm reporting. Right now, you're just being detained, all right? I'm just going to talk. But before I can talk to you, obviously, you know I got to do this. Yeah, if it's all right, I'll let you have this for a minute. All right, well, here's the deal. We have some questions about yesterday. Maybe you can walk me through it and help me out a little bit. Tell me about your day yesterday. Just walk me through the day if you would. All right, I'm curious when we were talking at the police car for a second, I asked you to come here. You said something about Vodka Cup.
Yeah, I went in there today. I used to sleep. I was looking for a place to sleep. I used to go down there and sleep in that little circle in the back, but I couldn't get in there.
Not very good.
That's what the damage to my car was. That's when I did that.
That's when you did that?
Yeah.
What time was that?
I almost got stuck.
Yeah, that's never good. What time was that?
3:30ish, I guess. I don't know, this afternoon.
Okay.
It was all sandy, washed out, trees were overgrown. I said, I can get back. And I started back down the road. I said, shoot, trees, I like my man. I scratched it all up. I didn't even know I'd heard it until I got to the library here and walked down. I said, God dang it, I broke the shroud. It was already cracked anyway.
But. Yeah. So would you try to back out and that's how you hit it?
Yeah, there wasn't no turning around. You can't, that thing turns like a boat. I couldn't turn around. I almost got stuck.
Can I just get you to put your fingers out like this? One time. Thank you so much. Give me just 2 seconds. Oh. Again, if you would, just kind of the best you can. And this is gonna be a lot harder, but flip up to bit. Hey, that was a lot easier for you than I thought it would be.
What you looking for?
What's that?
So what you
Just any kind of marks. I'm not gonna show you no
I
scratches.
got no marks, no scratches, no nothing.
Good deal.
Tattoos, I got
What's your
tattoos.
age? I know you got tattoos. They're pretty good ones. How'd you get them done?
I got them down in prison, Idaho.
Idaho?
I think I had a bad. I was 15 years old and got in trouble. I got a homicide.
Oh, that's no fun. How long did you have to lay down for?
15 and a half years.
15 and a half years? Oh, wow.
It's a long, sad story with a happy ending, but.
Well, you're out now.
I left that idiot in there. I brought out a drug addict, but I kicked that too.
Well, can you give us 1 second? I just want to talk to my partner for a
You can
second.
do whatever you need to do. Just get this done, whatever we're doing here.
I appreciate it.
Just quiet.
I am.
He had just placed himself at the crime scene and given a reason for the vehicle damage. Pitcher noticed. He didn't react. Then Pitcher asked to see his hands, looking for scratch marks, defensive wounds, anything. There was nothing. No scratches, no marks, just old prison tattoos. Pitcher stepped out, consulted his partner, came back in. This was not a man who had left obvious evidence on his own body, and the bumper fragment was not going to be enough to hold him, not without something more. They put him in holding. They spent the night building the case, and they waited for the morning. In the morning, tips started coming in. People who had been in the van the day before, people who knew Stephen, people who knew me. One name kept surfacing, Terry. Officers found him at his house, and from the moment they approached, he didn't want to talk.
Okay. My name is Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
How are you?
Good.
Okay. I have a cousin.
Hey, how's it going, man?
How you doing?
All right, all right.
Good.
We have a little bit
Nice
of
to meet you.
information that you might be interested in.
Okay.
Okay. I have a cousin of mine that I just found out today was with the male, I guess, who
He was in the van.
he was in the
that
van.
night.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, how you doing,
You can hold it. Hey.
What happened today was, I went to the house, I saw Frank and everybody there, and I said, hey, you thought you know about me, Frankie goes, yeah, he goes, I was in his car the day before. He gave me a ride to, I guess, down the store or something like that. I said, wait a minute. I said, Frankie, he gave you a ride? I said, you were in that van? He goes, yeah. I said, because your fingerprints are probably in that van, Frankie. And I said, if you don't go talk to somebody.
They found a fingerprint.
Exactly. And that's not going to look good for you.
Hey, Tracy.
How are you?
Good. I'm sorry.
Everybody knows me here.
Yeah.
Except the rookies, of course.
Well, I don't know you. So you were in the van with Frankie and...
Yep, he come up to the library. I asked him if he would take us to go to the store so we could get something to drink.
Okay.
Is what the hell was said. I've known him for a little while now.
Oh, okay.
I never thought that he would do some off the wall, excuse my language, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, I am shocked. I am floored, all right, to be honest with you.
Right.
What if this happens to me? It
Yeah, we
could
don't
have
want it to
been.
happen to anybody. And that's
All right.
why I want everybody to come together and we can
Well,
get
like I told one of the deputies that knew me, I said, listen, I'm fixing to either sleep over here at the library or else I'm going to sleep on y'all's doorstep over here.
He'd been through it before. He said that plainly. But then one of the detectives mentioned something specific. A 5-minute phone call between Terry and Stephen on the day I was killed. He started talking. He told them Stephen and I had altercations, that Stephen had threatened me, that every time Terry saw the two of us together, we were fighting, fussing. And then he said the thing that changed the shape of the case. Michelle stayed in his van. She used to sleep with this guy in his van. I used to get mad when she used to be with him. He told them to look up his phone log, that they'd find him cussing Stephen out. Hey, you don't seriously do that to that girl.
Hi, how are you? No, I just need to talk to you about Michelle. Please. Please.
We know you didn't do it, man.
No, you didn't do it, honey.
We heard you're friends with her, that's all. And we just want to talk to her friends.
I put down a cross for her.
Did you?
I know.
That's all. We just want to talk to her friends, man. That's it.
No, listen, Terry. We just want to see. When was the last time we saw her, Terry?
Man, come on.
No, Terry,
I ain't got
listen.
nothing
You're
to
not.
say.
No.
Yeah,
you're not-
because I done been through this with you before when they tried to get me.
Terry, let me talk. You don't have
to talk to you.
I'm not saying
And
that.
Michelle close to me. I don't want to talk.
Terry, just listen for a second. Terry, just listen for a second, man. Listen for a second.
I'm not listening.
Listen, all we know is that last time Michelle was saw was on the 17th. We're trying to track down her timeline, man. If you cared about her, wouldn't you want to help us?
You can't tell me who I cared about and all that. I'm not talking. The guy who did it, I don't even want to talk about Michelle, bro. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but I know how y'all do. Just like with the man, when I didn't do it. So no, I ain't shit to say, man.
So did you know Stephen?
I don't know nobody.
Really? Why'd he call you then?
I don't know.
Really? Because you talked to him for like 5 minutes on the day he murdered her.
Hey, what?
You talked to him on the day he murdered Michelle for like 5 minutes.
I don't give a what you say. Okay? Okay? But I talked to him and all this. I don't care what you say, miss.
I don't really care what you say either. The phone records prove
you
it.
talking to me? I don't care then.
So what did you talk to him about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even remember talking to him.
You don't remember talking to him?
Listen,
Okay.
miss. The dude didn't like Michelle. He always threatened her. Me and him got into it over her. Okay? Michelle was a close friend. If you go down there underneath the Backcut Bridge where she supposed to got killed or whatever, I put a cross down there for her.
I appreciate it. Honestly, you seem like the first one that we've talked to that's really cared about her.
Okay?
Okay.
I didn't like Wolf. Okay?
Why not?
What you mean, why not?
I mean,
He always threatened her, man.
He was always threatening her?
Every time I seen them, they was fighting, fussing.
Were they in a relationship?
I don't. Listen, miss. Michelle stayed in his van. She used to sleep with this guy in his van. I used to get mad when she used to be with him. I'm not on no streets. I changed my life after that shit with the and I talked to Wolf 5 minutes before she got killed. All that shit, that's bullshit. Okay? But for anything, if I can get my hands on him, I hurt him.
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
If you want to know the truth there, you just helped us a lot in being able to make that happen.
But I'm still saying, B, the guy, she used to sleep around with this guy.
Okay.
Okay? This guy used needles. She told me that he tried to get her to shoot dope one time. Okay? Him and Michelle done had altercations. Okay?
Yeah.
When I found out Michelle was dead, dog, and you gonna ask my boss man, it killed me. You know what I'm saying?
I am sorry for your loss.
Okay, it's not my loss. It's just that she was a friend.
She was a friend.
And she stayed on the street, man. And I done been on the streets. But for his wolf, if I had a way to put my hands on him, I would.
All right.
Okay?
Listen,
seriously? And if you can look up the phone records or any law where I was talking to him, you can't see but me cussing him out.
Hey, Terry.
You.
Thank you, Terry. Seriously. Thank you.
Seriously.
And I did that girl, man.
Thank you.
He was telling the truth. The detectives believed him, and now they had a direct connection between me and the van. What they found inside the van would take the case from insufficient to undeniable. There were a lot of toys, a lot of homemade toys. We knew sheets were missing. There was also he had a homemade bed in there. We had to cut out the mattress, the floor. There was blood. Not a ton, but a little bit. That's big evidence. Strands of blonde hair. Women's underwear. A child's swimsuit. The only DNA recovered from the interior, Stephen's, and mine.
Talking about his time in prison, things came out that, number one, he has a hatred for women. Somehow I think it stems from his mom, but I still can't quite place it. He went into great detail with me about when his mom was sick, how she couldn't do anything. And like very disturbing that a normal human being, normal person in a conversation isn't going into detail about these kind of things. That's a red flag. Obviously there's a lot of in prison. He goes, I figured out a way around it though. I'd offer to everybody and that way they wouldn't want to, All of that is putting together a pretty good picture of who this is and we have the right guy. At that point, you're kind of like, all right, this is making too much sense. And then talking about women in general would snap him a little bit and that would cause me to have to bring him back down.
And then there were the objects picture couldn't describe plainly on camera. Homemade, 8 to 12 inches in diameter. My DNA was on them. He told investigators the strangulation probably wasn't what killed me, that he had strangled me and let me go in and out of consciousness, that the other things were what caused me to bleed out. His word for it was torture. He said it without flinching.
We're gonna step outside and have a cigarette.
I'm being charged with homicide, man.
I know you are, and I know that seems scary as hell.
I've been through it before as a child, but I remember it well.
Things are different in some instances between what happened when you're 15 and what happened now.
Somebody died at my hands. This difference is that somebody died, but it wasn't at my hands. Oh, man.
Steve, you made a mistake. I know.
I didn't do this.
Steve, I know you...
Oh, God. Okay, listen.
You made a mistake.
I didn't kill her. Her boyfriend killed her.
What happened?
They fought. I didn't... Nobody... They were having though in the back of my bed.
Okay.
And they fought. And I just kept driving. Said, come on, guys, calm down, quiet down. I don't know their names.
How did you have them back?
I picked them up.
Where'd you pick them up?
Walmart. They wanted to come to the Keys.
All right.
Oh, Matt.
Steve, come on, man.
I don't know what to do here.
We got to keep going. We got to keep going. We're going to get this.
I did not do this, but I'm guilty of covering it up. I helped him get rid of her.
All right, but we can work through this, okay? This isn't the end of the world,
He walked away and he was gone, and I thought, Jesus, what am I going to do?
When Pitcher came back in, he had the evidence. This is the victim's hair. This is the victim's underwear. And Stephen, you missed some blood underneath the sheet. Stephen denied it. He said the underwear belonged to someone named Susan. He said he didn't know about the blood. He said he didn't know about the hair. Then he said something he had been holding back. He said there had been another man in the van, a young man, tall and skinny, black hair, younger than me. He said they picked him up at a liquor store parking lot, and I sat in the back with him and they fought, and the man told Stephen from the front seat, "She's dead." He said he helped dispose of me because he panicked, that it wasn't murder, it was a cover-up.
Can you do your best to describe him? You said he had...
He's got,
go ahead, head to toe, everything you can tell.
Long khaki shorts. I don't know what kind of tennis shoes, no socks.
Okay.
Flowery type of shirt. I don't know what pants he was wearing really. And scruffy, his hair doesn't touch his shoulders, but it's close. It's straight as an arrow.
Gotcha.
Okay, not feather waving it, not one.
How old was he?
He's younger. I think he's younger than she is.
20s?
Yeah. Skinny as a rail. Skinny. Tall and skinny. Black as hair, the blackest you can get. Like black as that camera right there.
Where were you exactly when you picked them up?
I was at my van.
Right.
I was in my van.
But where? What location?
They walked by the liquor store. They walked up to the front of my van by that grassy area.
Okay.
They were walking and said, "Hey, you ask this dude for a ride."
So you let him in. They get in the car. He's up front.
I'm not even out of the parking lot yet, bro. Can I have one of them cigarettes? Yeah, you got a pack, bro. I was at the, you know where the hurricane washed out the road, where it's a long strip after you get out of Isla
Right by Ann Beach.
Long key up in there.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. But the long stretch that got washed out the road, and at nighttime the lights are all red.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's where he came back up into my front seat and said, "Bro, she's dead."
All the way.
He didn't say I killed her, he just said she's dead.
Okay.
What? Bro, she's dead. My brain was thinking, if she's really dead, I'm really call the police.
Yep.
But he's right there next to me. Call the police. And I didn't pick up the phone. And I pulled down in there. I can't go very far.
And you said it was your idea for vodka cut?
I was thinking, I gotta get rid of this. I gotta get rid of both of them, but I gotta get her out of here now. And he jumped out. He pulled the door open. He pulled her out. I seen it. I heard her. Actually, I was
she dead?
Oh, she hit the ground, I think. Yeah, I remember thinking, oh, Jesus, that's not good. And I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble, man. And I could have called the police. I could have backed over, but I couldn't get out, man. Actually, I couldn't have backed over if I'd have tried. It took me I'd have run his ass over and called you right then. I should have called you as soon as he got out of the van.
Give me 1 second, okay.
The man he described didn't match my ex-boyfriend, who detectives had already identified. The profile was entirely different. Younger, slimmer, different hair. And there was one more problem with the story. The only DNA in that van was Stephen's and mine. He goes, "I don't let people put their hand on my shoulder because of prison, and so I immediately took it off and said I'm sorry." He says, No, I like it when you do it. That was one of the key moments. He's now looking at us being in a relationship. Pitcher used that. He had built a bond Stephen believed was real. And when he finally confronted him directly, "You murdered her," Stephen flinched in a way he hadn't flinched before. Not because he was afraid of Pitcher, because he didn't want to disappoint him.
Now we have the search warrant to the van. They start going in it, and immediately there are a lot of toys, a lot of homemade toys. We knew sheets were missing, that kind of thing. Like, we were missing a lot of evidence. There was also, we had to start cutting out he had a homemade bed in there too, so we had to cut out the mattress of that, the floor. There was blood, a little, not a ton, but a little bit of blood on some of that, that's big evidence. We need it.
Don't talk about it, right? I'm just gonna be flat out honest and be blunt. You messed up. This is inside your van. That's our victim's hair, Steve. Steve.
No.
This is the victim's underwear.
No, it's not.
What is it? And Steve, you missed some blood. You missed under...
I didn't do that.
You missed cleaning up the blood on the cushion under the sheet. Steve, I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you.
I hear you, I understand.
This is your chance to be honest.
I've been honest with you. I have been honest with you. That's not the victim's hair, that's not her panties.
Well, tell me about those panties.
Oh, Jesus, you're going to tell them they lie. If I tell you who's there, you're going to tell them, and then they're going to know that I have. Oh,
Steve, right now you're looking at murder. You get
okay, there's Susan. You can have Susan's drawer.
Susan who?
That's Jerry's wife.
Why do you have
Because Sometimes. I put them once and they were dirty and I put them in there.
Okay. And the hair?
I don't have no idea.
And the blood under there?
I don't know what to do. I don't know anything about it. There's no blood in there that I'm aware of.
I'm telling you there's blood. I mean, this is overtime. Okay?
So now I'm not primary, I'm a suspect. So I don't know, okay.
Steve, I'm gonna put this as bluntly as I can.
Test it all.
I'm gonna put this very harshly. You murdered her.
I did not. I did not.
One of the disturbing parts of the interview, which this just made me mind of, is I put my hand on his shoulder at one point. Like, one of the phrases I used with him a lot that, once we had that real comfortable level was, this isn't an if type situation. This is, I need your why. What happened? Like, you're obviously a good person. Why did this happen? And so at one point, he was getting worked up, sad-wise, that he knew he was in trouble. And I put my hand on his shoulder, and he goes, yeah, I don't let people put their hand on my shoulder because of prison. And so I immediately took it off and said, I'm sorry. He says, no, I like it when you do it. And I was like, that was one of the key moments. I was like, okay, well, he's now looking at us being in a relationship. He has feelings for me in terms of that. He was putting me, in his mind, in an awkward position to have to testify. Like, I don't know if part of him thought that I had feelings for him and that he was putting me in an awkward position, making me testify against him. I've never even come close to having anything like that happen before.
In 2023, a jury convicted him on all counts. Every member of the jury voted for the death penalty. Pitcher said that was rare, possibly the first time in Florida history. Every juror agreed. It's always weird when you know that it was your testimony and what you did that's going to end this man's life. So it's a mixed bag in that sense.
Can you explain the blood on the cushion under the sheet?
No. My leg, I guess, but
that's not going to cut it.
I know. So I'm going to go to jail for homicide?
I will check with the state attorney, but as of right now, I'm afraid that's the most probable.
Oh, geez, guys, I'm not the guy.
What?
Okay.
Can I, let's backtrack.
I understand this does not look good.
Because you were at the crime scene. We have you at the crime scene. Because you wrecked. Yeah. And then you didn't report the wreck, but there was minor damage. I get that. I have an issue there. Then we have you come into the library using a dumpster where there's blood in the dumpster. And you told me you put trash there.
Yeah.
And then we search your van, which you say nobody has been in that van besides Tracy and Charlie.
I think
and that was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And the hair doesn't match that person.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Apparently, all this secrets of investments because I came back down here. So I swear. And the worst part about it is that you're convinced that it's me. What is that?
More panties.
In my van? Let me see that again.
Her bikini bottoms.
Those are Susan's too.
I wouldn't worry at all about Susan, Steve.
No, that's where I am. But
my guess is you'll probably never see her again the way we're going to.
When they were going through the van, there were some of the toys were probably 8 inches to 12 inches in diameter. So it was, again, very, very horrific. And I think they ended up finding her DNA on a couple of those, and that's probably what helped to cause her to bleed out. The strangulation was probably most likely not what killed her, but that he would strangle her, let her in and out of contact, like just torture is the best way to describe it. Just awful. That's kind of, I think, what did him in. Like, that's that whole situation where he knows, like, even in the interview, he brings up the death penalty and that I'm going to get the death penalty for this. Yeah, so maybe the first time in Florida, if not, it's only been one or other 2 times where every member of the jury believed he should get the death penalty. Even though, yes, obviously he's a very horrible person, it's also always weird when you know that it was your testimony and your doing that is going to end this man's life. So it's a mixed bag in that sense. like even the things like the touch on the shoulder, like as dumb as it sounds, that to him that's, oh, this guy cares about me, you know. He really does like me, as crazy as that is.
You mentioned that there could be more victims tied to this guy. Do you personally think that he could be like a serial killer with more unsolved murders connected to him?
So I 100% think I'd be willing to bet a lot of money that there are bodies out there attached to him that either haven't been found or gone. He was a homeless guy who lived in this van, and you have long periods where you can't even say where he's at. He was skeptical on telling us other locations, kind of thing. Everything just pointed. I mean, we even had when they were going through the van. I believe there was blood in there that they have yet to identify, for one thing. That didn't come back to either one of them. There was, unfortunately, underwear in the van that appeared to be used. There was other women's underwear in there. Now, granted, he had stolen underwear that we found out from somebody else, but there's all these, you know, little details that too many to overlook.
He retired after this case. He said this one was worse than the mob, worse than the terror group, worse than the 8-hour interrogation with a man who he was certain would kill him one day. He is writing a book. Pitcher believes there are other victims, bodies that haven't been found, or were found and never connected to him. A homeless man who lived in a van, moving along a long, flat stretch of highway with no one tracking his movements. Long gaps where no one could say where he was. Wolf has refused to tell him anything. Pitcher asked. He won't answer. When his warrant comes, that answer goes with him. He knows that. He's chosen it.
In terms of this type of crime and the brutality, this one head above all the rest. And I've definitely had some interesting ones in my career. I'm in the process of writing a book. Actually, I did undercover work that I can say legitimately nobody else has done. First year, I spent 2 years with the mob and then was asked to infiltrate a domestic terror group. Had everything from being interrogated for 8 hours to shooting with a psychopath who I was positive was going to kill me one day and who also happened to be my best friend, and hated police more than anybody. But I did prevent the bombing, credited with saving over 100,000 lives.
And on a highway in the Florida Keys, and someone offers you a ride, and you've slept there before, and nothing happened, you do the math the way you always do. You think about the probability. You think about the cold. That's not naivety. That's arithmetic. I had a good heart. I talked about my kids constantly. I wanted to go back to Wisconsin.